So now I'm going to hand this back over to Scott, and he's going to give you guys a few sneak peeks of some new raids, some new content, and some really, really nice surprises.
So let's talk about Ice Crown Raid 3.3 for a little bit. So, of course, it'll be a 225 player raid. It'll have 31. What? Did Ghostcrawler get a hold of this slide?
Who let Ghostcrawler on this thing?
12 epic bosses. We all get more sleep this way. It's for the best. So again, as Corey mentioned earlier, the waypoints from Old War proved popular. We will use them again here because Ice Crown Citadel is ginormous. Of course, you've been waiting to, we've had a lot of characters that you've seen, you've been waiting to fight. Syndragosa, you will fight her here. And of course, the Lich King's up at the top of Ice Crown. You'll finally get to fight him. So, I'll take you through briefly floor by floor. This is the very first floor. Something you've seen a little bit is the spire with the frozen throne on top actually runs through the entire dungeon. So when you first roll into Ice Crown Citadel, you will see the bottom of the frozen throne, that huge spire. Past that, there's 2 bosses there. You go up to the second floor. Here on the second floor, you'll see at the bottom there's this little graphic, again designer art, for an airship. So you'll board the airship. At this point, if you're Alliance, you'll be boarding on an airship with Varian Wren. If you're a Horde, you'll be boarding on one with Salfran the Elder. And you're actually going to race the other faction on their airship up to the top of Ice Crown. Now what this involves, it's a few of your raid members will get on cannons trying to destroy the other ship. And then there will actually be boarders coming from the other ship launching themselves via rocket packs onto your ship. You'll be fending them off. And then you have to board their ship with rocket packs to take out the mages. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that. So once you get to the third floor, then it gets really interesting because you'll have 3 different wings you can go to. There's bosses in all 3 wings. You have to defeat all 3 wings, all the bosses within there first so you can get to the final floor. We've got a Plagueworks wing, we've got a Crimson Blood wing, and we've also got the wing with Syndragosa. So now you get to the final, up the very top, here's where you get to the Frozen Throne. You'll fight Arthas. We're already working on this fight. We've got a huge amount of really cool things planned for you. Parts of this platform will actually break off, and you might fall, and if you fall, it's bad. Yeah, so really crazy stuff planned out for this one, and again, this will all be patch 3.3. Now, this is the raid. Something we did in patch 3.2, which we had the Argent Coliseum, the Crusaders Coliseum. We didn't just give you a raid, we gave you a dungeon. Well, we're going to give you dungeons here, too. Here's awesome concept art of this, by the way. You can see the spire coming up through the middle. That's what the entrance looks like. Oh, a video preview. I skipped ahead.
This is awesome.
So as I was saying, Ice Crown Dungeons, and that is not a mistake, it is S. There are 3 separate wings with 8 bosses. So we have a huge amount of content for people who love doing 5-player content. The one cool thing about it is there's actually an epic quest line that will take you from one dungeon wing to the next. As a matter of fact, you can't do the second and third wings until you've actually done them in order. That way you get the full story experience as you go through.
Amen.
But after you've done all three, then you can go back and go into each individual wing and farm items to your heart's content. You will fight alongside Horde and Alliance heroes. Jaina makes an appearance, Sylvanas makes an appearance. And here we have the 2D layout for these 3 dungeon wings.
When's the release date?
Check out this for a second. And we have a preview. So now we're going to move on to some Cataclysm raids. Corey was showing you the 5-player dungeons before. So this is an interesting shot. If some of you did vanilla WoW, you might recognize what this is. This is Nefarian's room, except there's one little thing that's different about that. That's
What is that, Scott?
portal. That portal back there?
Yeah, what is that?
It's another raid.
Oh,
So, since we have flying in Azeroth, we have a raid. To get to it, you'll actually fly up into Nefarian's lair and enter into the dungeon from there. I just thought that was kind of a cool thing. So we're calling it Blackwing Descent, and Nefarian will be returning. But it's an entirely new raid inspired by the original Blackwing lair. New art, new loot, new creatures. And also you might see some old friends as well. But here's the layout for it. So you can see at the very bottom, that's Nefarian's old room. And you come in, you have this circular pathway with all the rooms, boss rooms around that. Now we're going to go into another Cataclysm raid. It's called the Firelands. Again, a 10 to 25 fire raid. And this is the elemental plane of fire. If you've been to previous panels, you've heard talk about Ragnaros is attacking Hyjal from the elemental plane of fire. Well, you'll actually take the fight to him here. It's an exterior raid zone, which we're sort of excited about. And as mentioned, it's the home of Ragnaros, the Lord of Fire. And this is the time you can actually fight Ragnaros at his full strength because he's in the elemental plane of fire. This is his home. You will take the fight to him. And here's the layout. So you can see this is an exterior area. There's a boss that's wandering around. There's bosses near lava lakes, and the big thing at the back would be Sulfuron Keep, which is where Ragnaros maintains his fortress. And here we have some more awesome pieces of art, concept art for this. These are the kind of things you'll see outside in the Firelands. And here we have some, this is concept art for what Sulfuron Keep will look like. So now I'm going to turn this back over to Corey, because we've got even more things to tell you.